if you have not connected Claude to Power BI using MCP Server, today I'm going to show you how to do that. Not just do that, I'll show you how to use Claude to create this very dashboard right in here on your screen. It's something very simple and easy. And before we even start creating this particular dashboard and connecting Claude, let us look at what exactly we want to achieve. So over here is the data that we have. And now you have to answer some questions, right? So what would the question be like? I'll share something with you right now that looks like exactly what my client always sent to me. So you can see over here, you have to read through this, understand this before you can actually, create something that looks just like what you have right here, right now, using this particular data. So take your time and read through this. You already have it inside the resources file. So another thing you're going to actually check out is going to be this particular one right here. You're going to have it as well. We need it. So to actually connect to Claude using MCP, you need something like this one right in here. So this is the steps you need to take. I'm going to show you step by step every single thing you need to do to actually have this used and connect Claude to MCP server, and Claude will be interacting with your Power BI. So if you have already done that, don't worry, it is time for you to actually learn how to create this particular dashboard right in here. So if you're already in my class, like in my how to make money as a data analyst class, you're going to have this particular dashboard downloaded. If you're not, click the link in the description box and learn how to make money as a data analyst using all my experience over the years. So see you in the class. Let me show you how to actually, connect your, Claude to Power BI through MCP Server. So the very first thing you have to do is to verify by clicking over here, go over to File, then go over to Settings right in here. Now click over Developer. So as you can see, we have Edit Config, which simply means this particular system is not yet connected to MCP Server. So how do we do that? It's easy. The very first thing you need to do is to make sure you have your Claude opened like this. And again, you need to go to the web and search for VSCode. Then download VSCode and actually have it installed. It's very easy, straightforward. And once you have done that, you're going to actually have VSCode installed to your PC, and it will look something like this. So the next thing you have to do right now is to click over here under this particular extension. And once it opens, go ahead and search for Power BI. Now you have, different Power BI popping up right in here. So what we want to get right now is this particular one that says Power BI, modeling MCP. So click on it and actually have it installed. As you can see, mine has already been installed right here. So go ahead and actually install it. It takes just a few minutes. So after the installation, here comes what you need to do. Now go over to the file you have downloaded and open up this particular one right in here. Can you see? So you are going to actually see complete MCP setup guide. So the very first thing you have to do is to copy this very code from here. Make sure before you follow this particular step, you have installed your MCP server. Now go ahead and open up your Windows. Now open up a folder, then let's go straight up to this particular local disk here. So once you have clicked on that, click over here at the top here and paste in the code you have copied, then hit the enter key. Now to follow step by step what I want you to actually do, go back to here again and open up this and see what is the next step. Over here it says, which is the step 2, it says find the folder name analysis service Power BI modeling and open it. So here we go, we have this particular one here. You can do this to take a look at it. So I'm going to actually open up this particular one. So after you might have done that, then go back again and choose the second one, or the third one rather. On the third one, you have to open the folder that is named, server. So do we have a folder named server? Yes, of course, we have it. So you have actually seen that. Open it up. So once you have done that again, the next step is for you to go to Power BI Modeling MCP, which we have, right click and copy the path. So now the right click might not work for you if your Windows is not Windows 11. If you are using Windows 10, come over here and make sure you actually click on this one first, highlight it. Don't open it, highlight it, and click over home and make sure you see this particular copy part. But if you're using Windows 11, what you need to do right now is to right click and you see copy part or copy to part, whatever it is, then that is what you need to do. Now we have just gotten the part to our MCP server, which is the one we have installed through VS Code. Let's get back here. What I'm going to do right now is to actually make sure I replace this particular part where it says paste your MCP server part here. So that is what we have copied. So this is what you're going to do. Make sure this highlighted part is replaced before the comma. Everything right there should be removed. Take your time to actually do it right. So highlight it and you can see what I've done, right? Take it off and paste in the one you have actually copied. So this is what you need to do for me right now. You have to take your time right in here to actually have this done. So what you're going to do is to actually replace this particular single slashes with 2 slashes. Can you see it now? Take your time to do that. Doesn't take much time. So if you don't do this, it might not work, and make sure you don't actually remove or add anything that shouldn't be there. So take your time to check and get this done. So verify to make sure everything is 100% correct. But I think we have. So once you have done that, copy from here. Do you see what I've done now? Copy this very part and let's go to the next level. So now we have to open up our Claude. So here comes our Claude right here. Then let us go ahead and click on this particular part and see file here, then open up the settings. Now go to developer. So once developer opens, click on this particular edit config here. So once you have opened it up, the next thing you have to do is to actually come over to where it says Claude desktop config, then double click and have it opened. So over here, whatever you see here, just go ahead and actually clear it off and paste in the one you have actually brought in, which is this particular one right in here. Once you have done that, come over here and click on save. So we have just saved it right now. It's very important for you to save it. Once you have saved it right away, you can actually close it and go back to Claude. So right now, it wouldn't be here. What you need to do is to actually close Claude and open back Claude again. If that doesn't work for you, you have to actually shut your system down, or you actually restart your system and Claude will sense the MCP server you have installed. Let's try it. So what I've just done is to actually close my Claude and actually have it opened again. Then let us verify if that actually helps us to some kind of, show up what we have actually installed over here. No, it didn't. So what I need to do right now to make sure it reflects is for me to actually restart my system. I'm going to restart my system and I'll come back again. Quick one. Before we get back to the class, are you making money as a data analyst? If no, I have packaged 8 ways I use in making money every single day as a data analyst, and you could be the one too. Go ahead and check out the link in the description box and follow me step by step as I'll show you every single thing you need to do to set yourself visible and start making money as a data analyst. Let us get back to the class. And now we have to verify it by clicking over here to do the final verification. I just restarted my PC. You have to do the same thing too. So clicking over here right now, we can now see we have it installed. Can you see how simple and easy it is? Now, it is time for you to test it out and see if it is working. We're going to be creating full dashboard with this, like in Power BI. So let me show you how to get that done. I want you to go ahead and load the dataset you have actually downloaded alongside with the MCP setup. Now you can actually find this very data here. Can you see? It has lots of columns. It's about fraud detection. So go ahead and download it and let us test our Claude right on it and see how we can actually use Claude to create dashboards with ease. Okay, coming back to Claude AI right now, I can just go ahead and minimize this, something like this. Beautiful. So whatever we do right now will be shown over here. We can see it live and direct. So it is time for you to interact with Claude. I want you to actually, verify my current module and tell me the kind of data that you can see, how many columns, and actually check if there is any cleaning to be done. So you can see what I've done right there. I have actually recorded my voice and Claude quickly transcribed that. And that is very smart because sometimes you might be lazy to type. Just do that and it's easy. Let's see what Claude comes up with. All right, as you can see, Claude has actually checked it and it has found something. Look at it. So fraud detection, can you see over here, the same thing? So 37,902 rows and 29 columns, which is beautiful. So it's just giving us an overview of what it found right now. So do the same thing to verify your data. And when we talk about cleaning over here, let's go all the way up. Good, this looks clean. So it says it looks clean, which means we don't have anything to do on it. So what we need to do right now is to actually give Claude prompt to actually have something done for us. So this is what we are going to do. We want to actually create a dashboard, and this particular dashboard will have some couple of KPIs and as well some couple of charts. So the very first thing to do is to create our KPI first. So let's go over here, take a look at the data, study your data, and actually understand what it is and what are the insights you can actually bring out of it. Specifically, if you're working for a client, you have to sit down and speak to the client to understand the business question before you start creating. In our own case, so we have numbers of KPIs we want to get from it. To make it easy for Claude right now, what I'm going to do is to actually go back to Claude over here. Let us test if Claude can actually do this. So let us give Claude a prompt to actually help us create some couple of measures and KPIs. Now let us give Claude a prompt to actually help us create some couple of measures. Let me record it. Now I want you to create some couple of measures for me. These particular measures will be organized inside a different table, which means you have to create a table, and inside a particular table you have to actually create folders and organize my measures inside it. Now the first our KPI I'm going to create right now is total transaction. Next should be confirmed fraud cases and value exposed to fraud, customer affected, risk score separation. Those measures are very, very important. So make sure you actually organize them inside a folder. So for the total transaction, I want you to actually give me the unique customers. You understand? Then for the confirmed fraud cases, I want to have the percentage of all transaction. You understand? Then for the value exposed to fraud, I want to have what is the percentage against the total, flow. You get me right? And for the customer affected, I want to get percentage of active customer base. You get it right now? And lastly, for risk score, I should actually have it, well formatted. So those are the KPIs I really want you to actually create right now. Go ahead and create that. This would have taken us a very long time to type and stuff like that, but it is very easy for you to flow quickly and actually have Claude to transcribe it and you run the prompt. So we have all the measures, created for us over here. And we can go through this particular part to take a look at what Claude has done. It says, I will set up a dedicated measure table with a folder for this particular 5 KPI. Quick read on your description. Okay. Now it went ahead and actually extract all the KPIs we wanted it to actually create, and as well the logics is actually going to use to actually have it done. This is something very, very easy. So if you understand DAX right now, by looking at this particular logics right in here, you will be able to actually use the right DAX function to have it created all by yourself. So going down a little bit right here, we have more details about what it has done, every single thing right in here. And now we have every single values that is peculiar to the data we have given to it. Even before we even create it inside Power BI, we already have the display of the result right in here. So now let us take a look at it. This is not yet complete, but we have to look at what it is that Claude has done right in here. So quickly, if we look at this particular part right now, it's using calculate and using the sum function to actually sum the value exposed to fraud, and it's actually checking if it is yes. So for you to know how to actually write this all by yourself, what you need to do is for you to actually check every single columns used right in here. So it's fraud. Let's go ahead and check it out and see what it is. So you come over here and you verify that particular column. So here is a column here that contains yes and no. You see that now? So individually try to verify them. So before we read our code, let us look at how we can bring this into a KPI card. So the very first thing we have to go with is the transaction. So extend the card. And right now I want to change this particular card to a different card, which is going to be this very card right in here. So this one accepts multiple items per card. And once we have done that, let us look at confirmed fraud cases, which is going to be this particular one. Then the next one now is value exposed to fraud. And the next now is going to be customer affected, followed by the average risk, scores. So we have all those values right in here. If you look at it, Claude has actually pre-formatted every single thing for us. So we don't even need to do it, ourselves again. This is what we have. But this does not speak a lot of volumes. We have to actually add something else beneath here. You got it right now. So you can see we did not actually create any of this. Claude did. So you as a student that is just coming up, you don't have to use Claude to do everything from A to Z. Otherwise, you wouldn't understand it. And when Claude is not working or no any AI is actually working due to network or something, you might actually not be able to actually achieve any result. So after all, we're going to learn how to read all of those codes and actually make sure we understand what Claude has done behind the scene, right? I want you to pay attention right in here under total transactions here. So for to get the exact value that is here, we have to go over to the formatting area. From here, we click on the callout and we select the actual measure we want to deal with, this total transaction, and go straight up to the value area. And from there, we scroll down and we pick up this auto and we actually use none. So now we have 37,902 transactions, right? So is this actually what we want? Let us go straight up to here and verify. That is why I always say, if you're actually a beginner, please try as much as you could to actually use small data to actually run your test and do your training. It will be better because you can verify it. So if I highlight either of those particular columns right in here right now, I can see 37,000 rows here, and the distinct one is 37,902, which is actually correct, right? Now, we are trying to actually get the actual numbers of rows. That is what we want. But let us go back to here and take a look at what Claude has done. Over here, Claude is giving us a distinct count. So distinct count will remove any duplicate values, right? So do we want that? Let us go ahead and actually take off the distinct count and change it to count rows. Maybe your question now will be, why are we doing that? Distinct count is counting the distinct value, which means the distinct customers that actually make any or made any transaction with us. But the count rows will count even the duplicates for us. So for transaction, you don't use distinct count, you use count rows. This is where Claude gets it wrong. So what is this telling you? Try to know your DAX. It's very important. Even though if you're going to use AI to help you get something done, you need to actually try to know your DAX. So over here again, we run into another issue. And what is this particular issue? This issue here is actually about what we supplied to the count rows. So the count row does not accept column, which is this particular part. We have to take it off. And now we give a table to it. If I hit my enter key right now, this is what I have right in here. Can you see? So we're still going to have the same exact number, you understand? But we have utilized the right what? We have utilized the right function to be used. Whenever I work in Power BI or even Excel, sometimes I feel like I can do it all by myself. So why would I have to ask AI to do it for me if it is not that complex? Because sometimes AI takes time to actually give you the output. So for that, what you need to do is to make sure you actually come up with a way to get it done by yourself. So we want to actually add something over here right now, and that will be the unique customer. So it's very simple and easy. Let me show you how to. So come over here, right click and create new measure. So maybe after you might have created your measure, you can actually ask AI to verify and check if it is correct. You understand? Maybe if you have some kind of wavering that you don't know if that is actually the real one. So over here, you're going to actually calculate the unique customers, which is equals. So right in here right now, we're going to use the distinct count. So distinct count over here. So we check the customer ID from our table. So do you have any question about this? Maybe yes. So now you might be asking, why are we using distinct count over customer ID? The customer ID has duplicate values. So if we use count rows on the customer ID, it will return the same exact number that we have right in here. So for that, we're trying to count the unique customers because one customer can have like 3, 4, 5 transactions. We don't want to actually calculate that. We want to actually filter away the duplicates and only count one of the transaction from that particular customer. Let us verify this. Okay, now that we've gotten this right here, we have to quickly format it using the comma separator, which is very important. Once we have done that, we're going to actually, have it beneath this one. We scroll down, make sure what is selected here is transaction. We scroll all the way down here. We open up these particular reference labels. We actually go all the way down and we'll push this one into here. Then once we have pushed this one into here, the next thing we have to do is to select this one and select the unique customer. So we're going to go over to this particular part here, scroll the way down and change this one to none. That shows you the unique customers that we have. If you look at it right now, we have these numbers of transaction, and this is the unique customers that actually made these particular numbers of transaction right in here. Can you see how easy it is right now? So this is something you have to actually understand how to do. Learning how to write your DAX yourself sometimes matters a lot. Even though if you ask AI to actually do that for you, it will be very easy for you to know what AI has actually done, if it is right or wrong. So now we can actually format it quickly by going over to the same place again, click over here and scroll the way down here. Then let's go straight up to this particular one. I'm thinking, can we increase it? Yeah, we can increase it by 1. Then make sure you remember what you have done here, increase by 1. So you actually keep that to others as well. So increase this one by 2 or by 3, which is going to be 15. Now by 1, by 3. Then for all those ones here, you have to do the same exact thing for them. So right now, this is what we have. Sometime you might know the measure you want to create, but you don't know how to create it. What do? You describe it to Claude or GPT or any AI to actually have it done for you. But in our own case, we can actually describe a particular measure to Claude right now and have it create it. Then if we know what we want to create, if Claude does not get it right, we can quickly edit it. So now let us record this. I want you to actually create a confirmed fraud rate display for me. So it should actually be a division between confirmed fraud cases by the total transactions. And I want you to actually format it and have it to be in a text format that will be the percentage of all transactions. So I hope you get what I mean. So go ahead and create. So it says done over here. Let us go ahead and verify if that has been added to this particular part for us. Let's click on this one. Okay, let's see this. And I'm going to push this one into a card for the time being before we push it at the right spot. So now what we have right in here is just this. I think this is not what I want, but closer to what I really want to actually see. So we have to quickly format this and give it a nice formatting. Just highlight this environment, your tab key to have it formatted. So I'm thinking, so what can I do right now? I have to actually recreate this. So the formatting here looks quite okay. And the percentage here looks okay. So the only thing that is not actually here right now is a text base that should be right inside it. So what should I do instead? What I'm going to do right now is just to make sure I store this one inside the variable. This comes down to understanding your DAX function. So create a variable here, and this variable will actually be rate equals. So this particular rate stores in this highlighted one over here, right? So once you have stored this particular highlighted one, then we go over here and we do return. So under our return here, we're going to say underscore rate over here. So an ampersand inside it, you're going to type in of all transaction. So maybe you can just leave it at trans, make it very short. So if I hit my enter key right now, we should have something different. This is what I wanted to actually have. And right now, I just created it all by myself. But AI has actually supported us to actually, get the initial measure created. We don't want it to be on a single card right in here. We'll have to click on this particular part and use it right in here.